Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do it on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Yesterday wasn't my best day overall, man. We did cash our NBA Player of the Day. Shout out the Atlanta Hawks, man. They did get that one done at home, at the crib. Thought it was a great spot for them. They've given Orlando trouble all season. The Orlando Magic were also on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Bounce back spot at the crib for the Hawks, man. So we did hit that play. It's called the NBA Player of the Day for a reason. That's the play that I personally have the most money on every single day. We're trying to bounce back in the totality of things, though. 2-4 over at Pickdawgz Premium yesterday. And then my All Access members did drop a couple of units. Still up coming out of the All-Star break, though. Enjoying some tremendous profits for the season overall. One bad day won't rattle us, man. Bounce back Monday, start of a brand new money-making week. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including that NBA Player of the Day. As like I said, man, we hit with the Atlanta Hawks yesterday. We've been hitting at like a 58% clip on that play for the season. 58, 37, and 4 last 99. So you guys can hop on today, the 100th play since I've been tracking it. We've had more than 100 NBA Player of the Days this season, but somebody actually gave me the idea to start tracking it like on Twitter. And so I started tracking it about 100 games ago. So you guys can scoop up the NBA Player of the Day today, man, as we try to keep it rolling there. What are we, 3-1 on that since coming out of the All-Star break? So you guys can scoop that play up today. You can hop on something long-term, or you can join my All Access Club. The information for that is in the description below. It's a small card today, man, just 4 games. But y'all know the drill, man. We're finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. Money-making Monday, start of a new money-making week. Let's kick the crap out of the books, man. And without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. First game up, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, 6.5-point home favorites. Of course, Pacers are on a back end of a back-to-back, man. No travel. They did play yesterday in Indianapolis. They played my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, and, well, they kicked the crap out of my team, man. They ended my team's winning streak. I watched that game from start to finish. I will say the scoreboard probably makes it look a little worse than it actually was, but I will say the Pacers were up double digits for most of that game yesterday. Mavs tried to kind of claw back. Pacers weren't having it. My concern about the Pacers in that game yesterday was defensively, and they kind of checked those boxes for me yesterday. Offensively, we know the Pacers, they are one of the best offensive teams in NBA history. It's kind of crazy when you start to do the deep dive on the numbers, how good this Pacers team is offensively. Need I remind you guys that going into the All-Star break, Tyrese Halliburton was on the minutes restriction. And what have I said about him all season? Why do we call the Indiana Pacers the Halliburtons? Because he is the engine, the transmission, the tires, the windshield wipers, everything for this team, man. And on that minutes restriction, he wasn't able to quite have the same impact on the game that he has. Coming out of it, boy, them boys was hooping yesterday. Again, I watched the game from start to finish. If they come out and play anything remotely close to how they played yesterday, I think they're going to kick the crap out of the Raptors. And I know the Raptors have been good ATS since coming out of the break. And I know that the Raptors have competed against the Pacers in the 2 games they played this season. They played about 2 weeks ago on Valentine's Day, I believe it was. Raptors ended up competing in that game. That game was in Toronto. Siakam hit a big bucket late in that basketball game. I just believe when I look at these 2 teams, player for player, man for man, roster for roster, the Pacers are head and shoulders the better team. The only thing that makes me even remotely nervous in this game is the back end of a back-to-back. But Raptors on the road, Hey, if the Pacers hoop anything remotely close to what they did yesterday, they're going to win this game by double digits. So that's why I'm on the Pacers today, man. A little nervous about the back end, but I think they'll be just fine. They are head and shoulders better than the Toronto Raptors. I think their shots will be falling offensively today. I could see the Raptors struggling defensively today. Pacers, all it's going to take is a run, kind of like they went on the Mavs yesterday. Then they can kind of keep the Raptors at arm's length away. Give me Indiana. Land the points here in our first game of the day. Next game up, man, we got the Detroit Pistons out on the road facing the New York Knicks. Knicks laying a big boy number, double digits, laying 11 at home, at the crib, in the Garden. Knicks were my one loss for my NBA play of the day coming out of the break, 3-1 on that play since the break. Look, I thought they were going to compete with Boston in that game. Reason I thought that is the Knicks have played very well in the big games thus far this season in Madison Square Garden. Hey, but as I've said plenty of times this season, the Celtics are the best team in the league. Celtics kind of got out to a lead late in the third quarter, hit a couple threes, and kept the Knicks at arm length away. Pistons, let's talk about them for a second. Hey, if you've been betting the Pistons the last 2 months or so, you've been making a pretty penny. Pistons, they're about a 50-50 ATS team. They started the season off terrible, though. So now being back to 500 says a lot about the Pistons. What it says is they compete for what the point spread says they should compete by. But here in this one, I don't want to be on the Detroit Pistons. I don't want to be on them in this spot. Bounce back spot at home for the Knicks. I can see the Knicks airing them out. We've seen the Knicks air out bad opponents in the Garden plenty of times this season, and I think that's kind of what we're looking at here. Yes, they didn't air out the Pistons in the lone meeting these two teams played, and that game was in the Garden, but that game was back way in November on the 30th, so, not the Knicks that the Knicks have kind of been now. The Knicks have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They need a bounce back spot. And I could see tonight being that spot where the Knicks are just head and shoulders the better team and they kick the crap out of a team that they're just better than. I could see Bogey, Alec Burks probably wanted to have a nice game on their former team. I don't like the spot for Detroit. They've played a ton of road games recently. They were in Detroit for 1 game against Orlando. Now they're back out on the road here. If the Knicks play their best brand of basketball, if the Knicks come out and play tonight, they're going to kick the crap out of the Pistons. And because they've lost 4 of their last 5, I could see them coming out tonight trying to play their best brand of basketball, is all I'm saying. Give me the Knicks. I'm going to lay the points with these boys at home at the crib. Next game up, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies, home dogs. Short, sweet, simple. Give me Memphis. This Nets team is a falling knife, and it's falling fast, and it's sharp, and I'm not catching it. It's really just that simple. And when you start to look at Memphis, hey, at home, at the crib, they be balling. Like, we've known that about Memphis the last 2 seasons. All of last year, fade their ass on the road, take them at home. And they're kind of starting to show them same tendencies again. On paper, are the Nets, talent-wise, the better team? Yes. But look at the records. 21-35, 20-37. So does that talent really mean anything? They're the same team. Bad team. That's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. We know the Grizzlies be hooping at the crib. Grizzlies have shown signs of fight recently. The Nets, again, are a sharp, very fast falling knife. Not trying to catch it, and I'm damn sure not trying to lay points with them on the road. Give me the Memphis Grizzlies at home, at the crib, home dog. Last and final game of the night, we got the Miami Heat out on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. Kings on the back end of a back-to-back. Hey, shout out the Kings, man. Got down on them Clippers yesterday. I keep telling y'all about them Clippers, man. Y'all going to start to listen. Y'all are going to start to listen about the Los Angeles Clippers. We'll talk about them another day, though. Let's talk Heat Kings. This injury report for Miami is disgusting. All right. Jimmy Butler, probably not playing. Hero, game time decision. Terry Rozier, game time decision. What am I supposed to do with that? I wouldn't be surprised if Sacramento sat a few guys on this back end of a back to back. In all honesty, I would want to bet Miami here, but I would have to see the injury report clear up. So follow me on Twitter. I'll probably tweet out to you guys later if I'm betting Miami or not. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sacramento sat some guys. I don't want to bet Sacramento as a huge favorite, bro. Like, that's not their spot. That's not their spot. I just feel like every time they're a sizable favorite, they're liable to get beat outright. When they're a small dog, oh, now that's their spot. You know what I mean? Small favorite, kind of their spot too. But sizable favorite, that's not the spot. Not for the Kings, not for me, especially not on a back end of a back-to-back. Want to see the injury report clear for Miami? I lean in that direction. I'll tweet out to you guys later if I'm on the Heat or not. But, hey, small card tonight, just 4 games. We just cooked it up, and hopefully we smash it per usual. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Monday. Start of a new money making week. Hey, man, let's kick the crap out of the books. Is a small card tonight, just 4 games. But you guys can scoop up my NBA play of the day, man. 3-1 on that play since coming out of the All-Star break. Hitting at about a 58% clip on that play for the entire season. We are 58, 37, and 4 last 99 on that play. So, hey, scoop that play up today, man. Let's make some money in the NBA. See you guys tomorrow. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I'm out of here. Peace.